question. Okay. Okay.
Okay, both players have kept.
All right.
Okay, Chromox imprinting Bridge from below. We're off to a great start. Harry Houdini wondering when is the next league. Are you referring to our webcam league in the Discord? That'll be another couple of weeks, I think. All right, just passing the turn. Yavamaya, Mox Diamond.
Yeah, I'll keep 2.
Discarding a Dark Depths. Monka wondering how much has the Final Fantasy set impacted Legacy so far. It's not out yet. It's not out yet, Monka.
What's fun time? Yep.
But like every set, it's going to completely ruin Legacy and force us to play with other IPs that we don't want and the whole thing. They're going to be crying without a doubt. Don't worry about that. Hype Conductor Pew Pew says it's an F. What about Bowmaster?
It is. But it gets to my hand.
Oh, was there a big F on Sam's modal double face card placeholder? Didn't catch that. All right, just passing the turn, so Alec gets another turn. Everybody predicted this match was going to be over in 4 minutes. Looks like we're already wrong. Mighty Photograph, thank you for the reso with Prime 11 months. Appreciate it.
No, I mean, I have Gamble, but I mean...
Alec understands the danger here. Malevolent Rumble. Okay.
Good.
Got Life from the Loam. Urza Saga, another Malevolent Rumble, and Shadow Spear. Selecting Urza Saga. The other cards head to the trash. Shadow Spear won't be of much use to us at the moment. What can Alec possibly have in the main other than Bajuka Bog that could disrupt here? Does anybody have any ideas? Soul Guy Lantern is a possibility.
2.
All right, looks like Sam is ready to rumble after the Malevolent Rumble. Thoughtseize on the stack.
3.
Crop rotation in response to the Thoughtseize.
Some 1 of that. 3 to make.
The land on Sam's side is the reverse side of Fell the Profane, in case anybody missed that. I didn't point that out.
That's all I got.
Go.
Always black. Sure.
Okay, floating a black as the Fellmire is blown up by a wasteland. So crop rotation went for a wasteland. Got a glimpse of Sam's hand. It looked like a Petal and a Narcomoeba was in there. I didn't see what else. Now we see triple Dark Depths and a Caracas. Not a very good hand. Undercity Former past the turn. Using Nova Spirit Guide there. Sam rocking an official 90s MTGT just like me. Go get a T. All right, Once Upon a Time was the draw. And it is being cast.
Thank you for 2. 16.
Neat names on the back of the shirts, yeah.
With depths. Yep. 10 counters on it. 2 black. Yep. Second. Seconds.
Yeah, you can put the bombardier on the table.
Okay, a Wasteland is found. Plays Dark Depths, passes the turn. Doesn't look like, as of right now, another Felmire is played. As of right now, Alec is going to have any... Okay, just scooping it up.
I drew in, well, I had it opening hand.
No interaction for the combo. Sam takes game 1. I believe these players already knew each other's lists. I think they were playing some practice games. I think. So there was no need to look through the deck there. What size shirt do I wear? I wear medium.
Straight Spy is the one that you pay around.
No, Undercity Informer is the one.
Undercity. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Undercity Informer. The one with the activated will.
Yes, okay.
All right. Pithing Needle naming Undercity Informer. So a nice first play for game 2 for Alec after getting very little accomplished in game 1 after the Thoughtseize. Urza Saga ticks up to chapter 2. We could see that Soul Guide Lantern found by the saga. Post sideboard though, you know, I'm sure graveyard hate cards of some kind came in.
I've been like learning how to like just make sure I get like at least a decent hand. Yeah. And like every single one has had opposite of what I need.
Decks like yours are gonna aggressively go, especially against my hands.
Yeah, I wish they tested the MH3 cards for 1v1, yeah.
Spells with no lands, so
Makes sense.
and nothing even to pitch to.
Why didn't they test MH3 the same way they tested the Tempest set? They don't know what they're doing.
I really don't want to know.
Would I support making modal double face cards count as lands? Probably not.
I'm going to name the other one now.
Battle Street Spy. We got it.
Okay, so Disruptor Flute names the Spy. It would just mess up the whole modal double face card thing because there's also like the gods that would also be in artifacts. It would just be a mess if they did that. If the reverse side counts. It sounds horrible.
Got mine. Ready? Yep.
All right, so Informer shut off by the needle, of course. The Spy is shut off by the flute. Or at least taxed by the flute. Here's Grafdigger's Cage. It's pretty good.
I do not play.
Sam might be some in trouble here in game 2. It's a lot of hate. There's a mana floating from Urza Saga.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I still don't know about
I think you should know about brainstorm more than anyone because you want to make sure you're like countering it if you need to.
Play that for turn. Yep.
So far, Sam has just 2 Lotus Petals on the board. A little bit vulnerable to having them blown up by a Force of Vigor. I don't know if that's a big concern, though. That's a Boggart Bog. And that is, what's this card called again? Oh, damn it.
You overdid it. That's why I absolutely did. Because I looked at you and you went,
Go for it.
I draw the card first, right?
It goes in my hand.
They draw a card before. Yeah. I think this.
Because it's as you cast it.
I think like the spell is resolving when you draw a card.
I think the gift comes first, but I don't think it's gonna matter.
My deck.
They draw.
It's called Wear Down. It's called Wear Down. They're discussing now the gift a card mechanic.
It resolves after.
I don't think it's like a cast trigger. I think it's like it happens
Yeah,
as
did
the
you
spell
gift
is
a card?
resolving. I did gift a card.
All right, so you draw before anything else happens. This was
Right, but not before the spell resolves.
not before it resolves.
Right, yeah.
Go for it.
All right, that was me off camera giving my take on the whole situation. So my understanding of it was that the gift a card happens on resolution of the spell, not before it resolves, but that's all done now. So Disruptor Flute and Grafdigger's Cage have been destroyed. Pretty big play there for Sam.
Scry 2.
All right, the Boggart Bog gets blown up. Dr. Pepper is in the chat. Jamming some bagels. I had a bagel for lunch today for the first time in a very long time, chat. I had a bagel for lunch.
Play planes. I will go to
Nobody cares.
channel someone.
Channel someone.
Here we go.
Yeah, what kind of mechanic is gifting a card? You know what? They don't freaking know what they're doing anymore. They're making all these mechanics. Discarded a Memory's Journey, it looks like.
Make a treasure.
There's Dark Depths. Uh-oh. It was a jalapeno cheddar bagel. It didn't have cream cheese on it. I actually don't really do cream cheese because I'm lactose intolerant. If I do cream cheese, it'll be tofu cream cheese. But I couldn't get into the tofu cream cheese. I'm sorry.
Play that as my land for turn, and I'll pass.
Play Seiju. Take the 1.
All right, another Boggart Bog, sacking the pedal. Narcomoeba gets played. Okay.
I'm actually at 18. I don't know how.
I'm gonna hit ignore that. Sure.
Marilage has been created. Narcomoeba is available to block, don't forget. Ooh, very nice looking Marilage token. The other land on Alex's side is a Ghost Quarter. There's a chance we see the Boggart Bog get blown up here.
I'm going to tap that.
Attack it with Marilage. Gets chumped by Narcomoeba. Ghost Quarter fired off. Sam will not be looking for a land. There are no lands in the deck. And that is the game. Alec takes game 2.
Put onto the battlefield and chump.
There it is.
Well, as we were getting started, people said, oh, this is going to be over in 4 turns, but we've had a battle. Sam will be on the play for game 3, though. We know that Alec came prepared in game 2 with Grafdigger's Cage and stuff like that. The flutes, the needles, had pretty good defenses. The wear down did blow up 2 things, though, so Sam brought in hate for the hate. This should be a fun game 3, I guess.
6. This is.
You got it. Yeah. 'Cause unless I draw. Yeah. Yeah.
These oops decks, a lot of the time, steal the game one, catching you off guard with their fast combo, hard to interact with combo.
I just need to get rid of that chalice on 1. That was like my main thing.
Game 2 and 3, it gets a little tougher. A lot tougher sometimes.
My opening hand, I was like, all right, I have 2 crop rotations. And I was like, I can't use that if he's going to throw that chalice out. So I was like, let me just try to get still scrying out.
Yeah, Ghost Quarter can be a way to get around needles on Wasteland. And so... All right, fast interaction here. Force of Vigor, pitching Force of Vigor to blow up Chromox with its imprint trigger on the stack.
Another Force of Vigor? Yeah,
But I was going to say Ghost Quarter also allows Alec to name Wasteland. It just allows for some interesting plays having the Ghost Quarter. Against some decks, it's just a strip mine. Aggressively went off to that Chromox, and that ended Sam's turn. That looked like a good play so far. I like that play.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the 0 or 1.
All right, Paxton turned out to playing a Mox Diamond, discarding Boseiju. Sam's just going to pass it back.
The one without the activated ability is Balustrade Spell.
That's right.
I'm not.
Okay, Balustrade Spy is named by Disruptor Flute, so will be taxed. Is it better to just name Undercity Informer and shut off its ability entirely? I don't know. Possibly. We'll see how that works out. Yeah, Satel saying Needle is still in the deck, but it's not that helpful if we just lose on the next turn. We have Dark Depths. We have a counter getting removed. And this is before discarding the hand size for Sam. Discards a Balustrade Spy. Okay. Two cards in Alec's hand, passing it back. Just trying to see what's in Sam's hand. I think I see a couple of modal double face lands, Simian Spirit Guides, maybe an Undercity Informer. Maybe, I can't really tell. Jerry Dice jamming a bagel in the chat.
Text me, tap for 2 black. Text me. Yep.
All right, Death from Above. It's usually easier for chat to see the hands than it is for me, but saying that there's 2 guides, Balustrade, Cabal Ritual, Poxwalker, and a green modal double face card in hand. So discarding a Poxwalker to hand size now.
If I cast a spell from my graveyard, or anywhere other than my hand.
Yeah.
Poxwalker's an interesting card from the past few years.
Yes.
I believe it's from Warhammer, right? All right, Alec has Urza Saga on the board now. Narc Amoeba looks like it was drawn. I see a Cabal Ritual now. Continuing to remove counters from this Dark Depths.
I always forget about that.
The Narc Amoeba gets discarded. That makes sense. Urza Saga ticks up to 2. It's looking pretty good for Alec right now, don't you think?
accepting one of these for a black, so I'm going to 16. That's the Caves of Chaos Adventure.
But I'm sure Alec is aware that Sam could fire off a Thoughtseize and then combo off at any moment. Malevolent Rumble. Malevolent Rumble.
Then I will go to combat. Attack the Bombardiers. Just two. And it is your go.
There's Grafdigger's Cage in the mix, along with Endurance, which could be a good one. Another Malevolent Rumble can't be taken. Urza's Saga. The Grafdigger's Cage will be selected. It will be cast.
I will pass.
I agree with taking the cage there. Oh, I think that was just the wear down drawn again for Sam. Is that game winning?
I'll go to a 17.
Looked like Sam just top decked the wear down.
I'll wear down.
Targeting Grafdigger's Cage and under Urza's Saga with the wear down. Gifting a card.
These two?
See, now I think they did this wrong this time, right? Because he drew the card. I think this was being resolved incorrectly.
This for black. Cast a spell. No targets. And I'll sack it in. I'll 7 damage to you.
Whatever, the players are playing it out this way. The
Yeah, I was hoping my freaking Once Upon a Time adventure, something with green.
Remember to mention, in game 1, you missed that you can sack the Hex Mage to kill the chalice.
Yeah, see, I wasn't sure about that. I was like,
yeah, you draw the card for gifting a card on resolution of the spell. There's no space in between drawing the card and destroying the artifacts to do anything. But stuff is happening. Wasteland was fired off. The artifacts and Urza's Saga in this case have been destroyed. Mana was floated.
Game 2 is super strange, though.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
so I was like, all right, gotta make sure.
Did I explain it wrong to the players earlier? I don't know that I did.
I had 2 Once Upon a Times.
Yeah.
A green source, and then nothing else. I was like, what? I was like, all right, I have to go to 4. It's tricky.
We're moving on. Urza's Saga comes in. The YouTube commenters will be all over.
Lotus Petal. Crack it.
Lotus Petal gets cracked. Dark Ritual.
Black.
3 black floater.
That's the new one that's been making its rounds. With Baroglyph and everything in it.
Oh, yeah.
And I had like a good decent amount of cards, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna build over that. It was like something completely opposite of what I'm used to. Sure. So I'm gonna slowly build that.
Go to
And
2
then by the
black
bulk of it probably tonight.
Nice.
Cabal Therapy targeting you.
Yeah, those are cool.
Spawns.
I'm still trying to make that slot.
Poxwalker.
I forgot about the slot.
I just like, I wanted to.
Okay, discarding a Fair Macabre to get rid of Poxwalker and Narcomoeba. The Narcomoeba I don't think was going to do much.
That stupid Cactuar.
Yeah.
I want to figure something out with that.
I think that thing's going to be interesting.
But I just like, I want to do something
Another
with it, but
endurance
also
one
like
on the
have
graveyard,
a back play,
right?
like a possible, like, make it a little more landsy at the same time too. Sure.
I'll name Fair Macabre.
Okay, Fair Macabre is named. Boseiju Dark Depths is the hand. A little bit vulnerable here. Cabal Therapy. Cabal Ritual.
Cast Dread Return, targeting Balustrade Spy.
Dread Return, cast from hand, targeting Balustrade Spy.
Trigger targeting myself. Sure. I have a Narcomoeba trigger. I have 1 floater. Does it resolve that? And then use the one floating to exile Jack-o'-lantern and cast Memory's Journey with now with green mana. I'll target like I don't know, just a wasteland. That has a trigger on the Poxwalker. The other one in my group.
Getting the third creature into play here by flashing back a Memory's Journey, using Jack-o'-lantern to convert mana to green. Poxwalkers from the graveyard will enter. Now we have 3 creatures to sacrifice to flashback Dread Return, which was just cast from hand. And bring back Thassa's Oracle with no deck.
That was close. Yeah, that was close.
Looked like Alec was in good shape there in game 3, but Sam ripped that wear down off the top and got there. GG's, well played. And not as fast as everybody thought it was going to be. It did win through all the hate. The deck is too strong, says Harry. Wow. Let's set up another poll for the chat to decide which match we will watch next. Let's see what we have. Lands versus black-green Chain of Smog. Oops All Spells versus Bant Ephemerate. Or Is It Cutter versus Red Stompy? Is it Cutter? 1 minute. Get your votes in. Some people think it's too strong. Some people don't think it's too strong. We'll never know. We'll never know. Someone make a spreadsheet. On our Anarchy Inducer, thank you for the resub. 59 months for Anarchy Inducer. Been with us a long time. What's up, Greg? 59. Salty hoping for some Red Stompy. iCubed hoping for more oops. So far, Twitch chat voting for none of the above. Close vote, though. People are trying to rig this thing. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join it if you're not in it. Come hang out with us. Lands versus Chain of Smog. Salty Moles contributed 2250 channel points. Let's do it. Diving in.
Kept the 7 if I see her moving.
I get to look at my hand, but
I mean, I felt like it would have been a good keep if I knew what I was playing against. But
yeah.
I mean, if you're playing what I think you're playing, then it would have been a bad keep. So
Of course.
that's okay.
Okay, we have Chain of Smog on the left. That would be Bobby. Lands on the right. Different player this time. That would be Greg. A couple of lands players in our meta.
60.
Yep.
Wait, yeah, okay. So you're at 18. Sorry, just because I can't see that. And I'm at 18.
Yeah, sure. You're also at 18.
Yeah, pass to you.
Windsworth, Dredge. 19, I get a basic 4.
Yep.
21.
It's in there or something. Oh, there it is.
You know, we go over this all the time, and it's like I think some people are already bored of hearing me talk about it. But there's like the data on these websites. Oops All Spells is 12% of the meta, whatever people are saying, and I have not played against the deck in months.
I'll play March.
Data is useless to me.
I'll play the lowest battle. I'll pass the turn.
Ponder. Over there.
Untap.
Months.
Trigger. I will play Thespian Stage.
Sure.
I will play Maze of It.
Alright.
So you go.
All right, Greg making plenty of land drops. Has Thespian Stage, has Arzo Saga, has Maze of Ith. I'm not sure if Greg knows what Bobby is up to. Bobby's always up to something funky.
I'll fetch a Surveil. Three cards, right?
Yeah, the MTGO meta is different than my my little world, my little bubble where I play. Which results in me not caring what the data says. I'm sorry to say. I just don't care.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Untap, I'll
Pass
draw.
to you again.
What is that? I lose 1, go to 20.
Sometimes I see like the data pop up, on social media about how Oops is 12% of the meta as I'm taking the train to FNM, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing against that. There's no way.
Oh, what's up, Cat? You good?
Yeah, somehow I play against breakfast 33% of the time.
Okay. Response. Seven. That's not going to be good for me.
Pass the turn to you.
Force.
Make it do that?
17, draw a card.
All right, Greg is making a construct, the wrong construct token. Roland MTG says I should start playing lands to get more lands on stream. Wow. Wow. That's a big development for Roland.
I will just roll a mana.
Alright.
All right, Urza Saga pops here, floating a mana. Lava Spur Boots is found. So far, Bobby just accumulating mana. Maybe Greg confused what's going on. Maybe Greg knows. I'm not sure.
The one mana. Okay.
3.
I'll take 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at 16.
Go ahead.
4 cards.
Yep.
I'll draw.
Scion of Draco. Trigger. Photo attacks.
Your turn.
Untap. Draw. That's what I wanted. When there's a Saga.
Alright.
3.
Another Urza Saga, not too bad. Attack for 3. Bobby's life total ticking down. Chain of Smog combo can get you out of nowhere. Bobby's deck has some nasty tricks. We've seen it a few times on stream.
6. I'll try to draw 3.
Yep. Yep, of course.
Green and black. I'll play a Witherbloom Apprentice.
Sure.
I'll crack a petal for black. For black, I'll play Chain of Smog.
I'll respond. I'll pay for Dismember.
On 15, I'll respond to a Dismember. I'll crack it for a green. I'll target with quick reflexes.
Sure.
I'll name Professor Barometer.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can't do it, fling a bit.
Well, Greg can't believe it. Greg loses the game. Despite having a Dismember, Legolas's quick reflexes saves Witherbloom Apprentice there. Game 1 goes to Bobby.
Keep like massive spells. Especially against lands.
Sack here.
If I'm not.
Greg is aware of the Chain of Smog combo. Greg was the first Reanimator player I ever saw running the Chain of Smog combo in the deck. Greg was the OG for that. Did really well at a SCG event. I don't know, a couple years back with it.
So for my land,
And then I started seeing it pop up in the deck list dumps online. Looks like Bobby's putting 2 cards on the bottom for a mulligan.
Yep.
And Greg is on the play. We are ready to go. Mox Diamond, discarding Dark Depths, Expiration. Dark Depths. Thespian Stage. Aggro.
Almost good. Go ahead.
Was that tempo that I just felt? Is that what tempo is?
That's scary.
That felt like tempo.
Play Dark Ritual. Play
Dark Ritual. Uh-oh. Okay, search more witch, pass the turn. Scary.
3 cards in there?
3 cards.
When they were designing the Magecraft mechanic cards, were they thinking like, oh, this will go really well with Chain of Smog. Everybody will love that.
Attacks?
This card, Bajuka Bog. Go.
Bajuka Bog discarded a hand size.
And I will chump here.
Oh, so you're taking 2?
Satale wondering, do you need cards in hand for the Chain of Smog combo? You don't need cards in hand. Not sure what you mean, though.
You can't activate its ability.
Oh, I paid 3.
Yeah, but it can be activated. It costs 3 more to cast, but the ability cannot be activated. Okay. So if you were to cast one, it would cost 6. So if you cast one, it would cost 6, but you can't activate its ability. It's pithing me.
Okay. Oh, so I thought it was.
Yeah, no, to
got
cast it costs
got
3 extra, but to
Let me just think.
She mazes,
submitting.
You're like a cabal therapy.
Yeah, no cards need to be discarded by by Chain of Smog for it to work.
That's the goal. How did I get there, though?
Do you?
I got to 6.
Start with this.
Greg is threatening Marit Lage. Doesn't seem like Bobby has the Chain of Smog.
Jeez. Man, that's.
And even if he does, Marit Lage is flying. Kind of a strange situation. Could make 750,000 pests and still lose the game.
Yeah.
You had them all. It's funny because I took everything out.
Lotus Petal.
All right, Bobby trying to figure this out. Fetching now. Has to beat a Marit Lage, it seems.
It's so bad because I have it.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, okay. Target yourself. I'll let it resolve once.
I'll target myself and I'll scoop.
All right, Bobby had the combo, but still lost to a Marit Lage. We're going to game 3. That was interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. Someone created infinite pests and still lost the game.
Yeah, they stay in my heat.
A small.
Anything I don't choose out of my graveyard.
Petal. Crack both petals.
This puts in the green.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, barrel boy. It's a 1/2.
So this is destroyed.
All right, turn 1 Barrowglyph off of 2 petals. Trying something different here in game 3, maybe. It's a threat, but a different kind of threat. Barrowglyph kind of fair, I guess. That's Boseiju, Elvish Reclaimer on the other side. Okay.
Okay.
Bobby's playmat is interesting, yeah. I don't really know the backstory to it, except Bobby said it fits the deck because it's jank.
Basic, or just any land with a basic land.
Yeah, so you can get these.
Okay.
I will move to combat.
For the last couple of weeks, though, Bobby has been playing this Chain of Smog deck and, slightly different versions of it or whatever. And, this deck might be jank to most of you, but this deck is scary as hell to play against. TBH. Just wins out of nowhere.
Force of will pitching this. You take 5 because it's not targeted.
But I have protection, so I won't take damage.
Wait, when you cast your first damage, you guys do.
Yeah, but I can't take damage because I'm half protection.
Sure. Oh, in that case, wouldn't want to cast it.
Okay, Mox Diamond, discarding Caracas. Not really going to need Caracas here. Can Elvish Reclaimer find anything interesting? Potentially can look for Talon Gates and phase out something. Could matter if the Chain of Smog combo is attempted. Previous versions of Bobby's deck had Dark Depths combo in it, but I think Bobby has abandoned the Dark Depths plan. We've seen this deck kind of unfold over the last couple of weeks as Bobby keeps kind of trying different things. It's made for some entertaining matches on stream, I think. Yeah, lands missing a land drop is telling. Harry is very right.
I will.
Back up.
It's like 2 power on this Barrowglyph currently. Swing with an Exalted Trigger.
Exalted trigger in the stack.
Sure.
I'll pay 2 life, go to 16.
Yes.
Dismember Barrowglyph.
Dismember Barrowglyph. That's instant.
Shit.
Dismember Barrowglyph.
Firing off a Dismember on Barrowglyph, trying to get it out of here. If you keep getting hit by the Barrowglyph, the graveyard keeps filling up. They keep retrieving creatures from its ability. Gets a little out of hand. And it hits pretty hard. Potentially. And worth noting, you gain life too. So Bobby's life total is already above 20. So it can already at this point absorb a hit from Marit Lage, which is not really what you want.
Go.
Overlooked sometimes how much it matters to be above 20 life against a Dark Depths Thespian stage deck. Can matter quite a bit. Abrupt Decay on Elvish Reclaimer in response. Okay.
Still a 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Exalted's on the
that's
stack.
pretty good.
So dice.
Yeah.
Then I'll play a land. I'll surveil.
Sure.
You have 2
It
cards?
costs. Oh, it costs 6.
That's the turn.
Oh, it costs 6. It costs 3.
So spells.
I don't think Abrupt Decay needed to happen in response there. But it's fine that it happened. Malevolent Rumble finds Undercity Sewer. Sorry. Oh, what's this card? Spiring Spike. Thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody. We're here watching some Paper Legacy in New York City, and Chain of Smog combo deck up against a lands deck, and we have a room that I'm not sure the name of. It's the 3-mana green one that plays a land from the graveyard every turn.
Right, so get a land drop. Land drop will be Depths. Pass.
I'll draw.
Yes, Walk-in Closet. Thank you. I couldn't think of the name. Walk-in Closet, and the other side is Forgotten Cellar. Yes. Thank you, everybody. What's up, Skulk?
Search for search for a.
So getting caught up on the board. Dark Depths on the board now for Greg with 10 ice counters on it. Here's another Barrowglyph for Bobby.
Land artifact.
This is game 3, by the way.
Land Rumble.
Yeah.
So it's a 5/6.
Slower that time.
Yeah.
To attack you for.
So I guess that room went to Greg's hand, right? The walk-in closet, Forgotten Cellar. I like it. Bargoyf this time has 5 power.
I'll target the mountain and the Indominus trial.
It's really strong. So every time I play online, it
That's not a trap.
All right, confirmed by the chat that he chose the room out of the 4 cards revealed from Malevolent Rumble. As everybody was joining us from the raid, I was searching for what cards do. If you're new around here, streaming Tabletop Legacy on a regular basis, hit the follow button. Come hang out with us.
I'll draw.
I will plus Karn targeting the Wondering to make it a full forward.
Okay.
And
I'll move to combat. Trigger.
Long goodbye.
You'll be on the play.
Firing off a long goodbye on the Bargoyf. Might be goodbye. It is destroyed. Can't be countered. Mana value 3 or less. Creature or planeswalker.
Post combat main phase.
Harry Houdini warning everyone that this is the best Legacy stream on the internet. Wow, the entire internet.
I'll play Sedgemoor Tribe. Your turn.
All right, Bobby dropping some Magecraft creatures. Witherbloom Apprentice and Sedgemoor Witch. Greg finds himself in a scary situation. Looks like Bobby's hellbent, but has 2 Magecraft creatures on the board.
Yeah.
So, we just had a bunch of people join us from the Aspiring Spike stream. I'm assuming most of them are modern leading players. Maybe I'm wrong to assume, but is everybody aware what the Chain of Smog combo is with the Magecraft? Is that like in the cube on Magic Online or something? Is it even worth it for me to explain this? You just basically keep targeting yourself with Chain of Smog and make infinite drain life triggers or infinite pests. Okay, it's in the cube so people know what it is. Very good.
It didn't. I thought it was going to matter, but it matters whether or not I'll do
I really wasn't sure if people would know. Another Malevolent Rumble. Thespian Stage is a choice, and it will be taken by Greg. Long goodbye goes to the graveyard. Fortunately, can't take that. Play Stage. Threatening Marit Lage, I guess. Passing the turn.
I have no cards. I'll draw.
Wow.
I'm gonna minus.
This is a big turn for Bobby. Bobby did not reveal the card drawn yet.
22 life.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Greg and Bobby pointing out right now to themselves that Bobby is above 20 life, so this is not Bobby's last turn.
I can survive a hit. I hope I can survive a hit.
Side Norna has arrived.
18, 19.
I'll play Ignoble Hierarchy.
Yeah.
I'll move to combat. Trigger.
He's got madness, right?
Okay, attacking with the Sedgemoor Witch. Gets 2 Exalted Trigger, so 5 damage gets in. Greg's going to make the Marit Lage on end step. Bobby's going to be able to survive a hit by Marit Lage. And then a chance to draw Chain of Smog and win, I guess.
Okay, 20 you.
The cloud
I'm at 2.
No.
2 and still not dead.
This cloud post. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
If Chain of Smog is ripped off the top of the deck, this is going to be hilarious. Side Norna, thank you for the resub. 37 months. Long time.
This doesn't matter.
16, 520. So I can make it a
Whatever.
10.
Yep. Go.
I will make it a 10.
you got it.
Expedition map. All right, Bobby on tap, so let's see what we got.
10.
Yep.
Oh, you know your top deck?
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking. I'm just gonna flip
I'll
it.
kill here.
I don't have any dismembers in my hand. Yeah, if you have it, you have it.
I feel like that's the only thing that's gonna get me out of it.
You're right.
And I'll pass.
You got it.
All right, just for fun, Greg revealed the hand and flipping off the top what we have on top of the deck, and it was not a Chain of Smog. So the game ends in Greg's favor. GG's, well played. That was a good match. That was a good match. Our Discord server is up on the screen. Join our Discord if you're not in our Discord. Lots of Eternal gamers in there. Modern gamers as well. Let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat to decide which match we will watch next on today's exciting, mind-blowing live stream. What do we want, chat? Your options will be Temur Delver versus Initiative, or Oops All Spells versus Bant Ephemerate, or Reanimator versus Temur Delver, Sultai Beans versus Doomsday. 1 minute. Get your votes in. All right, some people will not be happy if Oops is selected, it seems. Votes are happening right now in the chat for which match we will watch next on today's live stream. Does Disruptor Flute beat that combo? I mean, you can tax it so it's too expensive to cast. The Chain of Smog. In that situation, though, Bobby had plenty of mana to cast the Chain of Smog through a flute. Lots of votes coming in here. People are trying to spend their channel points on this one to rig it. Salty pointing out we haven't seen Reanimator or Doomsday in a minute. I warned people when we started today's stream. We have a lot of different stuff in the queue today. For sure. Reanimator versus Rug Delver will be next. Sriracha Shot contributed 3,900 channel points. Let's do it. Let's do it. Sometimes I have these moments where I'm like, let's do it. And then I'm like, wait, what are we doing? I have to read the thing again.
Okay. I will do a Vial. Sure. Steve?
Comment?
I have Oculus and
Like a clue.
All right, we have Temur Delver on the left. That will be Roland. And on the right, we have Reanimator. That would be Ed. Getting ready to go.
All right, 5. Should have kept the first one.
Slightly better.
Mulligan to 5.
It's always hindsight.
Looking for a good hand. Cyanorna says Oops All Spells is like eggnog. It's a nice like thing like 2-3 times a year at most. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know if Roland is playing the cutter. I don't know. Yeah, Sire of Insanity was my jam. All right, Mulligan to 5 completed for Ed. We are ready to go. Marsh Flats. All right, passes it to Roland. In my earliest days as a Legacy player, pushing 10 years ago or something at this point, I played a lot of Reanimator, and Sire of Insanity was a favorite of mine.
That was good.
There was a time period I had no idea what I was doing. I was just jamming Reanimator. Reanimating Gristlebrand and hoping for the best. Took me a long time to get kind of used to playing Legacy when I first started. People would be playing cards that I never saw before. Constantly. Or I had forgotten about. And at that point, I wasn't able to play every week. I would go, 2-3 times a month to play Legacy, and that was my only exposure to the format. So it took me a really long time to get acclimated. Roland has surveilled a wasteland into the graveyard, resolving a ponder now. It's pretty obvious what Roland is up to. I don't know if Roland knows what Ed is up to. I just don't know. Harry's saying Ed is in trouble already. Maybe.
Oh, wow. You're going to cast Flames or String.
That who?
I've been told this was on stream like twice.
So the modes, destroy target artifact drop two.
Another Volcanic Island for Roland. Mishra's Bauble. Take a look.
Temur flips. Yep.
Roland saw the card. We did not. Someone dropped their dice.
Sorry, it's been a while. Target instant sorcery. Lovely. Time for 3. Okay.
Attacking with the Dragon's Rage Channeler. This card's still hot in Legacy in 2025. It went on a little hiatus while the frog was around. The frog! Don't even mention the frog around Legacy players. Don't even do it.
To your end step. Sure.
These people freak out.
One of them. It's a Ward 3 life, pay 3 life minus, and you make trap when it casts a
Sure.
I was chillaxing last night, watching some timeless gameplay on YouTube. There were griefs and frogs, and these Legacy players would never be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Force pitch pass.
All right, that is Raucous Theater. We're going to surveil, I guess. Okay, dumps an Entomb into the graveyard. I guess now we know what Ed is up to. Something with Entomb. Cracks a fetch.
My turn? Yep.
Finds a basic swamp. I played against Ed at this event. This Reanimator deck is one of these all-out turn 1 Valgaboth or whatever decks. This is not a slow deck. It just had a slow start in this game. Unmasked pitching Cabal Therapy, targeting Roland.
Broadside?
Yep.
Spell trigger.
Okay, dazing just to get a surveil trigger here. Obviously, Ed can pay. Ed will be taxed as well, which could matter for the Entomb Reanimate plan. Force of Negation is the only choice. Oh no, there's also a Questing Druid.
Goes up to 8 if I attack. Yeah, so I'll go with her. Sorry.
Okay, now Entomb.
That's the yeah, I can't do anything.
I do get the argument that you can get the choice.
Roland's hand not looking very threatening at the moment. I mean, the Seek the Beast could find counter magic with a spell on the stack on the following turn. It's just not very exciting.
I will strike. Pretty sure that it would not. Yeah, because
But as of right now, it doesn't look like Ed is going to be able to reanimate anything this turn thanks to that daze. That's an Atraxa.
it's not cast yet. So I do get one trigger from the 17.
Okay, daze revealed on top. That's actually kind of helpful if Ed's reanimate spell in hand is inanimate dead. Yeah. Well, after the wasteland, now reanimate can get dazed as well. I forgot about the wasteland.
9.
Good place here from Roland. What's Ed's plan now? Has an Atraxa stuck in the yard. Drop down to 9 life now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Delver too. All right, Ed found a second land. We might see an attempt now. Dark Ritual to start. Okay. Seek the Beast, Surveil. Misty Rainforest gets dumped. Ed is almost out of time as far as life total is concerned. Reanimate is going to be tough at 3 life. Murktide and Volcanic Island are not going to do anything about this Dark Ritual.
I drew it last turn.
What's that?
I drew this last turn.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, yeah, the days.
Yeah. Better if we have a land. Yeah.
Yeah, 18.
Oh, did Ed not have enough life last turn to reanimate? I probably should have paid closer attention to that. Oh, maybe Ed was at 9. Whatever. Everybody knows what's going on.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's in the 7 range. Swing back.
I agree with Aquinas here. Delver is just fair, honest gameplay. So the daze is getting fired off on this Dark Ritual, it looks like. It will be paid for. Dark Ritual resolves. Shallow Grave on the Traxa.
Okay, trigger. Can I reach Helga?
Traxa is in.
Yeah, it's fine, yeah. I'm assuming that it's just like hasty.
Yeah. Exile at the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sorcery.
Yeah, Shallow Grave kind of sneak attacks the top creature of your graveyard. You do kind of have to keep track of graveyard order with Shallow Grave in the deck.
Got it.
Which we will now be evaluating Ed on and keeping track of all of it.
Rotting? Or no, it's
Enemy
okay.
Dead.
So,
Lotus Petal.
okay.
All right, so far selected is Animate Dead and Lotus Petal. They were the only of their kind. Entomb is selected. There's some Thought Seasons and Unmasks in there. Cabal Therapy. So has Entomb, has Animate Dead. Has enough mana to do both next turn, potentially. Yeah, Darth pointing out elves is unplayable. I mean, the elves decks with like the elf type being a big part of the deck is kind of phased out for the moment. But we still have Zenith Natural Order decks all over the place.
That's good. Okay.
The what is it? Glimpse of Nature is on hold for the moment.
Yeah, I'll take this.
Flame says 5 damage.
Cast the wall.
Draw 2 cards, 5 damage to any creature.
All right, casting the Entomb now. I think there was a black mana still floating, right? Yeah.
Tracks again.
Okay, another Atraxa goes to the graveyard.
Swing for 7.
7?
Yeah, I'm gonna redo this. Yeah, I'm at 10, but
Okay, Atraxa swings for 7.
Alright, so second main.
Sure.
Select this. Reanimate. Down to 7. Or 3 rather.
3 again?
Yeah. Trigger.
Yeah.
Okay, another Atraxa post-combat with a Reanimate. And another Atraxa enters ability resolving now. Some of it going out of frame, sorry about that. The sorceries look like discard spells again, some lands this time, and another copy of Animate Dead. Looks like an Unmask is chosen, a Gristlebrand is chosen. Okay, Cabal Therapy over Unmask taken. So a huge turn for Ed, needless to say, but at 3 life.
This is why he waited, like, watched you do things for like 5 minutes.
All right. Well, Roland gets game 1. Lightning Bolt, everybody. Don't forget about that card.
Okay.
Ed on the play here for game 2. Maybe got a little greedy in game 1. I don't know. That Reanimate seemed a little iffy against the Lightning Bolt deck. It was already set up for good plays on the following turn. I'm unsure. All right, fetching with a Bloodstained Mire, getting a basic swamp.
Yeah, that works. Boop, go to 18.
Roland looks very ready for everything that's going on.
Activate.
I'll pass.
Draw.
Good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, entombing on Roland's upkeep, playing around Force of Negation and Daze a little bit here. Entomb will resolve. Sending Gristlebrand to the graveyard. Remember this guy?
I'll pass.
Good old Gristlebrand. Remember the Avacyn Restored set, everybody?
Go ahead.
When you're in several cracks.
Yep.
Nobody even knows what I'm talking about. All right, here's a Volcanic Island for Roland.
There's got to be a way to turn this spoil. Asking one.
Yeah. Wait, did you crack the blue last turn? Oh, so there were two series. Okay. Yeah.
Pass to you.
One that's
The future on it. And if
it's Medican, and if I cast it, then do mana.
Surgical after draw step. Gristlebrand exiled. The hand is revealed. Double unmask. Reanimate. Archon of Cruelty. Cabal Therapy. Well, if Ed had unmask in the previous turn, I don't know where this surgical was, but should we have done that before the Entomb? Or at least fire off Cabal Therapy? I don't know. Unless the plan here was to hold that, get Gristlebrand Surgical, now unmask myself after Cabal Therapy, Reanimate Archon or something. What do you think, chat? Does anybody have any idea what I'm talking about? Looks like Roland is holding a Force of Will. Aquinas hears me. All right. People hear me.
Yes. 23.
Some people don't understand half of what I'm talking about. Yeah, some Magic players love their foils.
I mean, I may as well, what am I doing?
Roland in the chat saying Ed had me dead here, but he was simply playing around days, which I didn't have. Yeah, Ed is playing this a bit. I'm not gonna act like I'm a Reanimator expert, but I feel like you just have to like try and break through.
What's the Tamio?
That's my instinct on it. Does anybody disagree? Sometimes these Reanimator decks have what, like 16 lands or something? You're gonna wait to draw one? I don't know.
Do it take a damage?
From what? Oh no, it's my first spell. And this one is my first spell during that turn. So. Yep. Yeah, that was the end of my turn. So pass you.
And then it looks like Ed's deck also has a Surveil Raucous Theater as well, which you can draw, slowing it down a little bit. I just feel like Ed should be firing off some spells here. Yeah, just firing off on mask with the mana open. Makes sense to me. Yeah, Roland getting another turn without any plays. It's a questing druid on an adventure.
Do it to me.
Go ahead.
Do it to me.
To 21.
Yep.
Roland pointing out that Roland did not have pressure, so he had plenty of time. Meaning Ed had plenty of time. Still, though, you're like crafting your hand, just building up better defenses against whatever it is that Ed decides to do. I haven't played Reanimator in a while, but it feels. My instinct is we should have fired off on mask already. A couple of turns ago.
Oh.
We're going to see how this plays out, though. I could be wrong.
Yep. Sorry.
Thoughtseize starting the turn.
With the Reanimator.
Brainstorm?
Sure.
Okay, so in response to a Thoughtseize, we're getting a Brainstorm. Questing Druid will get its first counter.
Depending on the store.
I think Ed keeping this hand with one land is totally reasonable. We had two ways of putting a creature into the graveyard and a reanimate. That all seems reasonable to me.
I'll take two.
All right, Thoughtseize will resolve. The hand is revealed. Wasteland, Volk, Unholy Heat, Murktide, Double Force. Emo in the chat is Ed and saying, I felt trading card for card against him is bad for me. Playing off the top of the deck, I'm worse than him.
24 and 10. Used to it getting
I just feel like, you keep passing a turn back to Roland. Roland draws a card and plays like Grafdigger's Cage 3 turns from now. And it's just like, you just keep digging yourself a deeper hole the longer you wait. If you're the Reanimator player, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you're trying to break through the defenses as quickly as possible. You think they have days? Well, make them have the days. That would be my approach. But I have never won an MTGO challenge, so don't listen to me.
Black.
Past you.
So Questing Druid now a 2/2. Force of Will, Murktide, Unholy Heat, which is unlikely to matter too much. Wasteland and Volk. Up against Ed's hand of Double Unmask, which we were talking about quite a bit in this game too. Cabal Therapy, Archon of Cruelty, and a Reanimate. There was a very early Entomb in this game that put Gristlebrand in the graveyard. Gristlebrand was surgical before Ed was able to even cast a Reanimate on it.
And I make blue. Swear, if you're not playing forward, you're gonna flip the table.
Well, you can Cabal Therapy as well. There was a lot to consider here. Murktide Regent getting cast. This card is good. 7/7 Murktide.
Well, actually, and blue, 1. Here are the classes. So, since you, what if I use it?
Yeah, go on.
Let's swing it for 3. And, let's go. Sure. Go. Yep.
Well, looks like Ed is going to make an attempt now on mass pitching Cabal Therapy. Okay.
21.
21.
Vault Therapy has been exiled now. Brazen Borrower is revealed. Well, that's pretty good. Yikes.
I'll see what the color was. Yeah, 2 triggers.
10.
Got no cards in hand?
I mean, it's not Force plus blue card. I mean, Brazen Borrower might be the choice here. But it well, let's assume that Ed has another black card to pitch to unmask himself. If so, then Brazen Borrower is the correct choice. If we have to pass the turn, then there's a case for taking Force of Will. Do we care about Unholy Heat? I don't think so.
I'll take the Brazen Borrower.
Yeah, I figured. Figured there was lots of counters.
No, it's that Deferi. Oh my god.
He's a nice boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pitch and I'm gonna target myself.
You have to reveal?
Yeah.
Okay, the hand is revealed. Unmask myself. Archon of Cruelty will be discarded. And now it looks like the plan is to reanimate Archon.
Take 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, that's my hand.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Game 3. 2, 3. And I'll draw.
Did you lose 3 life?
Oh yeah, Roland needs to lose 3 life. Oh, they did update the. All right, well, Roland lost 2 life. They did it wrong, but. Oh boy.
I don't play fourth. I just slowly
In a deck
attacking
like
with
this.
wizards.
Not good. Sorry.
Wait, see, that is the wing con?
I just wizard.
You know, I try to make a point of saying this because I think it's important. The life counters, great for the stream. They help you watching or spectators understand the scoring. Not great at keeping track of the life though. If you're going to a tournament and you're taking it seriously, bring a pen and pad.
For heat.
This is a FNM kind of environment though. I'm talking about competitive tournaments.
Is Harbinger of the Season?
Yes.
Okay. The Archon.
Have wizards. No trouble.
Okay, reanimating the Archon again after it chump blocked the Murktide.
Yeah, I'll be at. I'm taking 8 and then I'll go up. So I'll be at 4 afterwards.
Okay, so probably.
Whichever the first
You take
one
3, right?
is going to be the applicable one because it's just
And then I'll draw.
What's up? You might have taken a good game.
Done.
Did I miss any damage?
Thank you. You took 2, right? You took 2 or 3.
2.
First one. It should be 3.
Is
Oh,
it
it's
3?
3.
Oh, it's 3. Okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, it looks like they updated the life totals to be correct from the first. Sounds like someone off camera caught that the life totals were not correct. So it's all good now. Thank you, whoever that was. I think it was Jeff. And we figured it out, everybody. Roland's excited that it's fixed. Harry is excited that we got there. Wow. YouTube commenters frantically hitting the delete.
Combat?
No, it's just a race, right?
Archon of Cruelty is attacking.
Did you want to respond before I attack?
No, it's just that it's attacking trigger.
Yeah, attack trigger.
Yeah, I'm going to consign the...
Okay.
I'll copy it.
Okay, consign to memory on the attack trigger for the Archon of Cruelty. Roland will still take 6 combat damage, though. Roland needs to beat an Archon of Cruelty on board. It's going to be tough.
That's a dangerous game, yeah.
All right, we were going to game 3, a great game 2. The game plan worked out for Ed. For all the non-believers. We also corrected. The camera got bumped at some point in that game. Now it's been corrected. So sorry about that, everybody. Now it is facing the right direction or whatever. Ro said only needed one more for Delirium. Close game. Yeah, chat proved wrong. Harry says, I'm surprised. Consign is in. Consign can stop a few important things here, like Atraxa enters abilities and stuff like that. Yeah, you can consign and animate Dead Trigger as well. I forgot about that one. There are some uses for consign in this matchup for sure. Only thing you can't do, like with Stifle, is stop Gristlebrand's ability or, you know, the cracking of a fetch or something like that. Yeah, you could counter damage on the stack, exactly. Every once in a while, I'll come across these people that are like, yeah, we play junior high school format. We allow mana burn and damage on the stack. I'm like, oh, God. I'm a pass. All right. Thoughtseize happens here. Unlicensed Hearse is taken. Dragon's Rage Chandler, Delver, Wasteland, and Volcanic Island. Chartwin, thank you for 5 gift subs. Thank you, Chartwin. Hello, Chartwin. Chartwin's gifted us a lot of subs recently. Harry Houdini says, those were the good old days. Yeah, Harry. Those were the good old days. Mana burn. It was great.
Playing engineer right here is good.
Sorry, you.
Unmask you, pitching Cabal Therapy. Lightning Bolt is the only relevant card in hand. Roland might be in trouble.
No. Red.
Red?
Gambit.
What's that again?
Each person reveals a card in your hand, and then if it's the creature CMC the lowest, it comes into play. You don't have creatures. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Stronghold Gambit, Gristlebrand into play. I'm down for all of it. Stronghold Gambit was a favorite of mine in my Reanimator days. Harry Houdini, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate it. Twitch chat liking the Stronghold Gambit, or surprised, or both.
Yep. And I'll sack the black. Shallow Grave.
I'm leaving here for work.
Shallow Grave now an Archon of Cruelty. Ouch. Roland has gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Roland. Hype Train just started. Thank you, Roland.
Go ahead.
And 3 more.
And 3 more?
Yep.
Oh yeah, wait, no. 3 in entering and also 3 in...
3 in when attacks, yeah. And then this will die, get exiled at the end of the turn.
All right, Roland's team has been cleared. Gristlebrand remains. Roland hoped for Brazen Borrower off the top. It was not. And that is a scoop. Ed gets it with Reanimator. GG's. And the camera gets moved, this time by me. GG's. That was a match. That was a match. Harry the Optimist. Where are we on scoring now? Looks like Roland is number 3 on our all-time leaderboard. 270 gifted subs on the channel. Harry Houdini at number 5, 162. Chartwin, our monthly leader. Okay, let's run another poll for the Twitch chat while we have a hype train running. Which match next? Your options will be Sultai Beans versus Doomsday. Dredge versus Cloudpost. Temur Delver versus Vial Smasher. Or Temur Delver versus Grixis Tempo. 1 minute Get your votes in. Emo NYC just gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Emo. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Twitch chat is like, what is going on with this poll? We'll see what people want. Some people haven't even heard of Vial Smasher. That's a little bit of a deep cut if you're a Legacy fan. Vial Smasher the Fierce was hot for a little while, long time ago. Deck was cool. Yeah, like it was like 2016 or something when Vial Smasher was hot for a moment. All right. Luminor contributed 2,700 channel points. We're doing Delver versus Vial Smasher up next. Let's do it. Diving in.
Not the whole match, just like one game.
All right, I'll be honest with everybody. I don't know a lot about this deck on the right side of your screen, other than it has Vial Smasher. We're going to find out together. Roland's back on the left with Temur Delver.
Oh, I'll keep, sorry.
Okay, I'll keep as well. Go ahead. Yep.
Forest, Vial.
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, either Vial to start. I didn't expect that of a basic forest.
No, I do. I have 3.
One of them had like some.
Oh, yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to go that week.
Last 19.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
Saynorn is betting it has a few miracles, possibly. Yeah, basic forest into either Vial was not my expectation for the start of this game, I'll be honest. But it's happening. Here's a ponder.
Keep it on tacky. It's just rapid, like not in a weird rhythm.
No, it was weird rhythm. Yeah. Decided to stay home and watch it instead.
Ready?
Yep.
And 10.
It might be Jund. I honestly don't know. I don't know.
One on Vial.
No, that is a basic forest on the Vial Smasher side. Tundra Ponder? What? All right, we're going. We're cooking. I don't know, folks. This might be nutty.
No, I don't. I put it straight on my head. I didn't. This you only use highlight or hate the Excel.
Of course it is. For you.
Yeah.
There is a swords though.
Still resolving a ponder, giving it a think, which is fun. Yeah, so with Vial Smasher the Fierce, you typically play cards with alternative costs like Force of Will, Delve spells like Murderous Cut, stuff like that, to get big hits off the Vial Smasher despite paying very little mana. Almost out of time on this hype train, by the way.
Delver Secrets.
Yep.
All right, Delver of Secrets. Vial ticks up to 2. Aaron Mesa, okay. Maybe this is a Beanstalk deck? I don't know.
One hand. Yep.
Vial on 2. Mr. Hart says beans make sense. It could be a beans deck.
Whatever you cast, it's exiled.
Unholy Heat revealed on top. Insectile Aberration. Vial on 2. I'm sure Roland's wondering what could be vialed in here. Given the mana presented on the other side of the table, it is not clear at all. Insectile Aberration will attack, though.
And, pass already.
Goes to 3.
Okay, Vial goes up to 3. I don't think at this point in the match, Roland knew what he was up against as well. Aaron Mesa gets cracked here. Badlands. It's got to be a Beanstalk deck with Leyline Binding and stuff, right? It has to be.
Yeah, I'll use both of them.
Is it one per turn?
No, any card. It's just I have to use it on my turn.
Yeah, it has to be like a Scion of Draco Vial Smasher deck, is my guess.
Take 2, no. Then you gain 1.
Tap 2.
Probably not, because it's exiled.
No, like you're casting it.
Oh, right.
It's not something that I'm.
Right, but then is any.
I think
Scion of Draco hits the stack.
You have
Green, white, blue,
But then
red,
it would still
black.
hit your graveyard, right?
if you cast a spell this way,
Does it get a
if
new
a
one?
card you didn't control would be put into the graveyard. So because you're
Oh,
controlling
I controlled it, so it does go into
it's white.
Scion of Draco is a nasty one.
So right now it doesn't have anything. It's like
that would be
No.
very overpowered. Just keep swords and things. Yeah.
Pay for the days.
All right, so Roland has 2 dazes. The Scion of Draco is countered. Starting to get a clearer picture of what we were up to on the right side of the screen.
Pass to you.
So far, I dig it. The vial is curious, though. What are we vialing here?
Swing.
13.
Okay. Pass back over you.
Keep this at 3. Draw.
Keeping either vial at 3. Twitch chat skeptical, but also feeling it seems.
Yep. Sure.
Okay, broadside bombardiers. Okay.
Okay, before attacks.
I'm gonna unholy heat it.
Okay, it gets killed before attacks. Potentially. Oh, force pitching force. Okay.
We're at 17. Yeah.
Yes. Like cast.
Roland going right after this broadside bombardiers. We are aware of the existence of Scion of Draco along with a broadside bombardiers. That could be really, really bad for Roland.
Cast a Rakshas's Bargain.
Rakshasa's bargain now. We got every beans 5-color whatever card in this deck. Does stock up trigger the beans, though?
To the graveyard. Ups the Beanstalk for only.
All right, the Beanstalk just went to the graveyard, so confirm that Beanstalk is in the deck. We kind of figured that out, but now it's confirmed.
Yep.
Getting a clearer picture of what Roland is up against. Roland has now seen and up the Beanstalk. Thundering Fall, Surveil. Whoa.
Attacking for 3.
9.
Okay, Insectile Aberration attacks. Gets through. Life total starting to be under threat. Roland holding, it looks like a Brazen Borrower, some lands.
I'll use 3.
Yeah, the Sliver Queen playmat is cool, Sanity.
Activate? Sure. Vial Smasher.
Let's go! Vial Smasher is on the board. Oh, I'm so ready for this.
So I'm
Trying to get cards out there.
I'll tap 2. Take 12. Trigger on cast.
Scion of Draco cast. Trigger Vial Smasher, you take 12.
So I have no chance here. I'm at 12. Or down to 6.
Sorry.
And then Ether Vial.
Then another Ether Vial, okay. Pass the turn. Vial Smasher the Fierce, everybody. Roland's life total under threat. Vial Smasher the Fierce. Forfait, thank you for the sub with Prime, 9 months. Greetings from Brazil. What do I think about Grixis Delver, Molten Collapse, and Bowmaster to stop some beans? Do it! Yeah, we got to tick a Vial up to 12.
Or animate that.
Now Roland has to beat Scion of Draco as well as the Vial Smasher. Scion of Draco is on the board. This time it resolved. And it has... the Vial Smasher has First Strike and Lifelink.
I was dead next turn from you.
All right, the Scion of Draco was bounced by Petty Theft. Brazen Borrower was on an adventure. Roland scoops it up. Game 1 goes to Vial Smasher, folks.
In your hand, I did.
You get your 1. I got my 1. That's it. I'm done.
All right, moving on to Game 2. Roland is absolutely right. He did the thing. That is for sure. Audrey jumps in and says another commander card not tested for 1v1. Yeah, these freaking commander cards like Vial Smasher the Fierce. Ruining my format.
Sure.
All right, Roland's on the play. Roland drops the Scalding Tarn. Cracks the Scalding Tarn. iCubed is absolutely right. It's okay. Final Fantasy will fix the format. I think so. I think so.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. So 9, 10.
Audrey asking a great question. What is better, partner or friends forever? Honestly, the friends forever on the Stranger Things cards. Trigger warning. I'm mentioning Universes Beyond. Some people get really upset. Was really cool. The Stranger Things cards were really cool, and I wish some of them were legacy playable. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Give us more Stranger Things cards and make them legacy player power level. Come on.
Fiction Underground and Ponder.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was kind of a fixed version of Partner, I guess. I guess the more fixed version of Partner was the one where it's you partner with and it's like the name of the other card. Yeah, the partners with X cards, like they have like an exact card that is the partner, were pretty cool. Yeah, I think they were a Battle Bond and a Korea or something. I don't even know.
I used the 2 floating. Yeah. The Dark Ritual.
Pass to you.
Oh, right.
I just forgot. All right, so just some cantrips to start the game here. Underground Sea to start the game for 5-color beans. Vial Smasher. Dragon's Rage Channeler on the board for Roland.
Yeah.
Still have the Reanimator. Just trim down a lot.
I was just thinking like what activities a little differently there.
Have 2.
Okay.
Did you plan?
Waiting for that days.
Okay. Keen Duelist comes down. Well, continuing to spice it up, I guess.
Take the inverse of the
So
converted
if you
mana
flip that
cost.
12,
Yes.
then you would take 12?
You would take 12.
I would take 12.
Yes,
no, all right,
that's the whole point.
Yeah, so a Sign of Draco on top of the deck would mean Roland takes 12 damage with Keen Duelist. You take damage equal to the mana value of the card the other person revealed, is the idea.
Each draw that card.
Gotcha. All right,
So it's like card draw for Beta, Dark Confidant for
that
both.
will resolve. At the end of your turn, I'm going to go ahead and target that Surveil trigger.
In response to that trigger, though, sure. Misdirection, pitching a brainstorm.
Misdirection. Oh, it's getting dazed though. Ah, damn it. Force pitching Ponder. Oh my god.
So misdirections targets with this here and here.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is nuts. Is everybody watching this? Send this link to your friends that don't even play Magic. This is out of control.
Yep. So this is countered.
Yep.
And then this
That's
will misdirect
misdirected.
back to this.
Yep. Figured I was already
And I'll have
on
2
Surveil triggers.
Yeah, I kept all my discards. Except for unmasked. I can't.
So the Keen Duelist is protected. Dragon's Rage Challenger gets bolted by Roland's own bolt. And yeah, we're cooking, I guess.
And then at force,
So you
so
did
it's 17. Yep.
It seems like the Keen Duelist happened after the Ponder, so there might be something nasty on top of the deck.
Problem. Back then, they used to run the collective brutality, which is bad.
Yeah.
Because it gets countered.
So we each reveal, right?
Yes, we each reveal.
Yeah, faithless looting,
So
down
I'm going
cards,
to.
Faithless looting, I can see which is for it.
Well, I'm trying to figure out these Surveil triggers here.
See more cards. And I think having the club.
Okay, Daze is dumped.
I like that a lot. Yeah, just having more hand paid.
Roland's got to look at this card one more time.
Beginning of my turn, we each
Yeah, I
reveal.
know. I'm just taking my time to read this thing because it's
I will pay 1 attention.
Harry pointing out that these are the type of decks you lose to in a tournament, and your friends are like, "What did you lose to?" And you're like, "I have no idea."
so that's going to be a trigger. But I have to respond to that trigger before anything else is revealed. All right. All right.
Okay, so Consign to Memory goes into the graveyard. Okay. So now Roland will draw for turn.
No. Oh, God, I knew it.
All right, not liking to see Murktide arrive on the other side of the table. Looks like it'll be full size.
Yep, that's an 8/8.
It's in. Okay. Let's see what this Keen Duelist has.
Yeah.
Revealed into your hand.
Yeah, we are revealed. Oh, it did work.
Okay, so I'm down to.
You're
so,
at
Okay, Scion of Draco revealed on top of the deck. Roland's going to take a lot of damage here.
I meant, yeah, 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Really wanted that brainstorm to set it up. So we each draw it.
Okay, we do each draw it,
and then I draw my regular card.
Okay.
Roland got clocked for 12. Wow.
Got 2.
Yep.
Why not?
Another Keen Duelist.
Okay.
I'm taking 8.
And then passes the turn.
Draw.
Yeah, so I'm a little confused now if the top of the deck was known. I guess it was not known based on the reaction. Yeah, people are going to be reverse engineering this deck for sure. We have seen a Beanstalk. It didn't resolve on the battlefield, though. It was, like, surveilled or something. So Murktide is going to swing. Dragon's Rage Channeler.
For free? Nice.
Oh, sorry. No,
I know.
Just thinking a little further out.
I know. This is just a weird game.
I'm going to pass over to you.
This double Keen Duelist trigger is going to be scary for both players.
Yep.
In response.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Surveil triggers.
Okay, Seek the Beast. Trying to surveil with the Keen Duelist triggers on the stack.
Yeah, on the
Okay. I'm going to.
Wait, one trigger.
Yeah, just one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're keeping it, and
I
I'm
think
surveilling.
I think I'm keeping it.
Okay. I'm sorry. How many cards is that? I forgot.
It's only for 2.
Okay, so
this is all in adventure.
yeah. So 2 cards that you can play.
So yeah. Until.
Yep.
My turn. All right.
Okay, Brainstorm and Brazen Borrower.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. So the first one.
Now the Keen Duelist triggers are going to resolve, it looks like. Dalty Voidwalker? Okay, Brainstorm.
Oh wait, no, you take 2.
I take. Oh, I take
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You take 1. All right. And
Draw
then
that
next one.
Yep.
0. All right.
0.
Finally.
Oh.
God. All right. that was a situation. All right, both players lived somehow through that. I got to be honest, I didn't expect that. I thought the game was going to end one way or the other. Dalty Voidwalker was unexpected. It could have ended in a draw, that's true. We have not had a draw on stream in a very long time. At least not one because of time. All right, Roland wins the game. Going to game 3. What a match.
Yeah, I didn't expect to fight multiple.
All right. Roland's taking a mulligan. Aviator is rooting for beans. I think it's safe to say we're going to get a round of applause from the chat when this match ends, however it ends. This has been a fun one.
I'll keep this and bottom.
Get those hand clapping emojis ready. And go out there and brew, everybody. Make a fun deck. Play Vial Smasher. Play freaking I don't know, whatever your random brew idea is, go play something fun.
Okay.
Screw the meta. Here's the other vial.
Force switching.
Roland's gonna go after it. Yeah, play dinosaurs on a spaceship. Play something.
Force switch a brainstorm. So 19.
All right, a force of will fight over a vial. Vial's gonna resolve. Okay. Vial is in. There was an event, I believe it was last weekend it was in Holland, right? Or in the Netherlands? Somebody took it down, like a 100+ player event with Infect, I think I saw. Play what you like, everybody.
Yep. You got it.
I'll pass.
Yeah, it was Bizarro boxes. Fenris, yeah.
I'll pass.
So Vial is on 2. Keen Duelist has died this time. Still a Vial on 2, though. Is there another Keen Duelist waiting? We'll find out. Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler number 2.
Yeah, pass.
Uh-oh, Vial activated. Stealthy Voidwalker. Okay. Okay. Vial goes up to 3. Unsure about Stealthy Voidwalker in the build, but for all I know, there's another combo in here somewhere. I don't know. It is pretty disruptive against the Delirium creatures, though. Vial is on 3 now. Swinging with the Voidwalker. Roland accepts. Going to be really hard to grow these Dragon's Rage Channelers now. If Helm of Obedience wins this game, we may never stream again. We will never be able to beat that. Just quit while we're ahead. So a brainstorm happening here, surveilling a volcanic island into the void. Okay, also a Price of Progress into the void. Price of Progress is a card that, as this game goes along, we might have had to watch out for. Brainstorm resolving now. We might be pondering. Nope, we're brainstorming. Wastelands could be pretty good for Roland here. No signs yet of Tri-lands. The Vial on 3 is a little bit scary. Could potentially Vial in, Vial Smasher. Are there any other 3-mana value creatures we have to watch out for? At least that we think could possibly be in this deck? Opposition Agent, I mean, could happen. Oh, there was broadside bombardiers, right? We saw that earlier. Forgot about that one.
I'll keep this at 3.
Yeah, the Voidwalker is pretty good here. Maybe with the Vial, this deck is more creature heavy than we thought. Maybe the assumption that this deck is mostly not creatures was wrong. I don't know. Yeah, no attack is weird. Brainstorm, Surveil. Force of Negation into the Void. Daze into the Void. Yeah, there have been 5 different creatures so far. Maybe the deck is more creature heavy than we thought. I'm not really sure about the Voidwalker not attacking. I'm not really sure what the plan is there. I just don't know. It looked like the Voidwalker is going to win the race. Roland just gave Force of Negation to the Void.
I know, right?
It's 1-1.
You might have broken the format again.
No. 15.
I'll pass it already.
Keep this.
All right, fetching. Taking a moment.
Sorry, what is
Looks like Roland's holding a Force, which could be helpful. We're going to see some Scion of Dracos in this game 3. I don't know. So Marsh Flats was just cracked. It seems like when we started the match, the deck was base green because he had a basic forest, but it doesn't appear to really be the case. We haven't seen. I was expecting to see like green something besides up the beanstalk. All right, Tundra. Okay, their Sworn Canonist just gets cast. That's an interesting one.
Sure, so the Surveil triggers happen first.
What does Canonist do in this deck?
They've been finding the vehicles, but they don't want the racing to each other.
Force on that bad boy. Two cards? Wait, what's this? Oh, that's my third card.
Yeah, I guess it's just Vial hate bear stuff. Yeah, it seems weird in deck with counterspells though.
Sorry.
I'm unsure about Canonist in the matchup. Like, I might side those out or not side those in. But Roland went after it. The Canonist is countered, so Roland saw it had value. Okay, Voidwalker stays put.
I do. Oh, that's probably frozen.
It's X.
12.
And pass.
Just a thought here. The Vial has stayed on 3 this whole time. Sometimes just activating the Vial for no reason. Like when Roland fetches just now, if you have nothing to put in, just activate the Vial and like make them stifle it or something. And if they don't, just say, okay, I put in nothing. But just make them like brainstorm in response. Just mess up your opponent's plays. Just activate the Vial, everybody.
Spell triggers. Days.
I would have activated that Vial like 6 times already.
1, 2, 3.
We don't.
And then put in nothing. But sometimes you make your opponent misstep by doing that, for real.
Because it's his kid.
Yeah, especially in a deck as unpredictable as the one we're watching right now, activating that Vial could really make Roland mess up, for lack of a better term.
One, two, three.
Part of the reason why Vial is so powerful is because you can manipulate your opponent's plays, let's say. And we're not seeing much of that in this match.
Yeah, I'll go with these.
We already know Dave knows what's wrong. Dave knows what's
It's all or nothing about
10. Okay, and I'll pass.
Kidding me.
So the Voidwalker continues to stay untapped. Vial on 3 hasn't really done anything yet. A Wasteland could be pretty good for Roland here. Looking through the cards in the Void now. Is the Voidwalker ready to sacrifice?
2 cards?
3 cards. Okay.
3 cards in Roland's hand.
Sack this for a ponder.
Okay.
So, does that go? Yeah, I guess it goes in.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, so it's already gone. So this is
Actually,
still...
yeah, ponder.
Okay.
Those stay with a void counter in case I cast another one.
It does stay with the void counter?
Yeah, they all always have a void counter, so if another one...
Got it.
No, I mean, the ponder, I think, goes to your
Ponder
graveyard.
goes to my grave?
Yes.
Okay.
But these are different than the ones you exiled, which
Got
are
it,
this
so-
and this.
okay.
These are
Understood.
still...
That is correct. They're still exiled with a Void counter. Just because Voidwalker is gone doesn't mean they no longer have a Void counter on them. Good catch there. So if we see another Voidwalker in this game, those cards are still available for that Voidwalker to use.
I'll take this. And...
Whatever.
Okay, Kimball.
Okay.
And pass to you.
EOT. Unholy Heated. Surveil trigger.
Is that 2 damage?
2 damage, yes.
Yep. So I gain 2, you lose
So,
2?
no,
Oh.
Surveil triggers. Yeah, okay. So,
down 8 now?
1 and also...
So Kimball, Console of Allocation, gets a trigger here. Surveil triggers are happening. It's getting hit by an Unholy Heat. Roland has Delirium, right?
No. That's how it works.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that on top. Yeah. So I'll lose. I gain 2.
I gain 2, you lose 2.
Totally thought it was a 2-2. Yeah.
12
That's fine.
and 12.
Okay.
Yep.
My turn. Draw. Going to bolt.
Wait, how did the chem ball survive?
With that trigger on this stack. Let's see. Okay, so survival triggers will go on the stack. Yours will go on the stack, so that will resolve first, right?
Okay, so 14.
Then mine will then
10.
resolve.
Oh, there was no delirium. I thought they said there was delirium. Wait, what was in the graveyard? Creature, sorcery, instant. Oh, okay, I see it now. There was no delirium. I get it now. For some reason, I thought Roland had delirium. I was wrong.
4 cards?
5.
5 cards. All right, that one in the yard.
Okay, Price of Progress gets dumped into the graveyard now. Price of Progress is kind of funny here.
This one in the yard too. Swing for 2.
12.
All right. Go ahead.
Pass to you.
Okay, Keen Duelist comes back down. This card is potentially a problem for Roland. Hydroblast gets dumped.
2.
Pay for the days.
Yep. All right. You got it in.
Ancient Grudge gets dumped.
All right. Swing for that.
Yep.
1. I'll leave that on top. Jeez, come on.
Just heard time in the round. Turn 0. Keen Duelist has been knocked out, though.
Seriously can't get land in the yard.
Roland not able to find Delirium yet.
Swing for 2.
10.
All right, your turn 1.
All right, passes the turn. This is turn 1. Extra turns now. We're in time.
Okay.
Pass to you.
Another Keen Duelist. Pass the turn.
Turn 2.
This is turn 2. Both players trying to win this thing. Brainstorm, double surveil. Gets a land into the yard. That's a good step for Roland. Now I think we have Delirium.
I'm going to leave the top and then brainstorm. Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, left the second card on top. There is an Ancient Grudge in the graveyard. There's no green mana for Roland at the moment. Could potentially hit that Aether Vial. I'm not sure how high priority that is right now. In extra turns. Roland's just trying to deliver lethal. The Keen Duelist, potentially, if there's a Scion of Draco on top of the deck, could be game over for Roland.
It's okay, other people are still playing.
Yeah.
Pick one more table.
Time just melted.
There's also the possibility of Broadside Bombardiers, then Scion of Draco. There are a lot of ways that this Vial Smasher deck could win on the following turn. Vialing in a Vial Smasher also. 5 cards in hand for the 5 color beans, beanstalk. Vial Smasher deck.
Plan for the turn.
If you just joined us, you missed a hell of a match. This one has been fun to watch.
Attacks in the air.
6.
Yeah, for 6.
Yep.
Okay, 6 damage gets through.
That's this out. And then 9. Flashback, Ancient Grudge. Targeting.
Wait, what is that?
Ancient Grudge.
Oh! I did not know what that was.
Ancient Grudge getting flashed back, targeting the Vial. Vial destroyed. See, you got to activate Vial in response here, in my opinion. Make them throw a stifle at it.
Keep that on top.
I don't know my fate.
Yep.
I don't know what this is, though.
So triggers happen.
Yes.
All right. Let's do it.
Dang it.
Force of Will revealed for Roland, wins the game. Keen Duelist wins Roland the game. GG's. What the heck was that match? That was crazy. Sound flips at the end in the draw. Oh, man. Yikes is right. Wow. Wow. Well, jam those round of applause emojis if you enjoyed that one, because I did. Harry Houdini jamming the fire emoji. Inspired by fire design, I should add. Inspired by fire design. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. More Magic in a little bit. Quick break. Harry said Dredge. That's it. It's Dredge. Dredge versus Cloudpost is up next. Thank you, Harry. Tiebreaker. Let's set this up. Setting it up now. Stand by, everybody. All right, we're ready to go. Diving in.
I've tried.
Okay, we have David on the left with Clown Post, Sam on the right with Dredge. We have not seen Dredge on the stream in a very long time. Had some nostalgic playmats on today's stream. Recurring Nightmare. Very nice. Looks like a multi-6 happening for Sam, and we are ready to go. Basic Island, okay. Wait. Needle on Wasteland. I hope I didn't label this wrong. Okay, we saw a Basic Island.
But I'm hoping we'll try to play Legacy.
Nice.
Okay, then a Blast Zone.
Not really. Wednesday I come busy. I mean, I've been there like once.
Can't fool me.
But not.
All right, second Needle cracking Scalding Tarn in response.
That's the worst. Yeah. Especially on camera, that was so embarrassing. I'd have to shame scoop out of the store. Yeah. Alright, there results. I made blue at that time. Okay. Alright, end step, cast Otherworldly.
I'm probably better than.
Otherworldly Gaze is cast here after Needle is naming Delta. polluted delta. Let me get the text for gaze up on the screen.
This is the graveyard. That's okay. Dredge 4.
All right, we're dredging. There's a bridge from below in the graveyard. Poxwalkers ×2 in the graveyard. Some other copies of Otherworldly Gaze, a Cabal Therapy. Golgari Thug went to hand with Dredge. Oh, what's this ninja called? Oh, crap.
Good.
The beginning of combat. Attack trigger.
Yeah, it's Satoru the Infiltrator. I couldn't think of the name. Thank you, chat. Okay, a Force of Will pitching Narcomoeba on a Karn Silex. Things are moving along. A Glimmer Post was played. This does look like a blue Cloud Post deck, which is interesting. Careful study happening here. Discards 2 Golgari Grave Trolls, which could be a big problem for David. Now Dredge will really be up and running.
Yeah. And they're white boys, but they speak Spanish. It's bigger. It's so strange.
Cabal Therapy, Sacrifice.
That's a Dread return into the yard. Sacrificing Narcomoeba to Cabal Therapy.
Triggers, targeting. Target you. I will name Kozilek's command. Oh, scary.
Okay, the hand is revealed after naming Kozilek's command. 2 Karn Negate Creators, Thought Not Seer, the 1 Ring, and This Town Ain't Big Enough, I believe?
I don't have any cards that matter for order, so I'm just gonna...
So the Poxwalkers are coming in, some zombies are coming in. Not sure what's happening right now.
Yep.
Okay, I guess just like organizing the graveyard so that everything relevant is showing instead. Another flashback of Cabal Therapy.
Poxwalkers, it'll come back. I'll get 2 more zombies named Karn. Sorry, these are untapped.
Okay, making 2 more zombies with the Cabal Therapy. Getting rid of the 2 Karns in David's hand.
In which case, I will Dread Return. Targeting Satoru. Sacrifice these 3. Get 4 zombies. These will come back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, these are untapped. Satoru.
Human.
Trigger. Dredge 6.
Okay, Satoru the Infiltrator comes in. Dredge 6 now with the Golgari Grave Troll. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Do I care about the cards that are in your hand? I'm gonna Cabal Therapy, sacrifice Pox. I'm gonna target me. I will. Get. This will come back before this actually resolves. I'm gonna get 2 more, actually 3. Thank you.
Okay, we're making a lot of zombies here.
4, 5, 6, 7. I should have 10 zombies at the end of this.
Copy retains the casting.
None of these have, or they all have summoning sickness.
Okay, now we have 10 zombies. Satoru, 2 Poxwalkers on the battlefield. There's a Thassa's Oracle in the yard now. 3 bridges from below.
With the Satoru trigger for the Poxwalkers. 1, 2, 3,
2 birds and
4.
Another Dread return. Dumped a 4th copy of Bridge from Below into the graveyard, I believe. And a Stinkweed Imp.
And then I will.
There's another Dread return in there. You're going to flash that back now, it looks like. Maybe not.
In the case of Chaos Adventure, search for and find a planes. And
26.
I will.
Okay, 26 cards left in the library, counting for Thassa's Oracle potentially.
No, I've only cast 2 Cabal therapies. I cast 1.
You cast 2 on me and 1
on me. So I should. So this should be exiled. Excuse me. And these are all exiled. These are all irrelevant cards. This gets added to.
Yeah, Harry Houdini pointing out that this is the first time someone's seeing MTG they would never play the game. You know what? That's actually very true.
Relevant card. Okay. I will do anything.
Send someone this video and tell them this is the best format.
I'll probably just win next turn. I need to find a land also. So I do that. Sacrifice.
Would they think it's Yu-Gi-Oh? I really don't know how Yu-Gi-Oh plays.
What's in here?
3. Including planes.
I think I have to pass the turn to you. Go ahead.
You got it.
All right, game 1 goes to Dredge.
You have to play these as not lands and blow those up. Might as well play white and then just play Mana Tide to like really, really.
Just Volcanic Island, play Goblin Lackey, they swords at you days. Just attack.
That's so good.
This is so dumb.
You're on the,
All right, so now David will be on the play as I reminisce about a deck list I saw. David will most likely be prepared with Graveyard Hate, I guess. Game 1 a lot easier for Dredge. Game 2 and 3 tend to be difficult. That's a Cloud Post.
What do you even call it? Like testing what's possible.
Oh,
Somebody's got it.
Discarding a Stinkweed Imp to hand size. Glimmer Post. Acolyte says, my understanding is that Yu-Gi-Oh games usually last about 3 player turns and involve a lot of cards moving between zones over and over. Yeah, I don't know.
Take the play.
Serious question, though. I honestly don't know. Is Yu-Gi-Oh like declining? Like, are people playing other games now? Is Yu-Gi-Oh as powerful as it once was? I don't really know what's going on. I feel like I never hear about it anymore. I'm asking that with peace and love. I honestly have no idea.
Drew the ley line, probably. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me just write this down. Or I'll write it down. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm at 19, and I will pass.
So Cabal Therapy hits. David drops an island. Now the 1 ring. Okay.
That resolves.
All right. According to Vans, Yu-Gi-Oh still going strong. Fair enough.
Upkeep.
Yeah.
I'm in a Otherworldly Gaze.
Yes.
Otherworldly Gaze now.
Trigger an Archimedes?
Yep.
I mean, Dredge 6?
Yep.
No, the days. Oh,
Yeah.
6. Okay. 3. 18.
All Narcomoeba on the board now. A couple of Dredgers in the yard. Underground Sea. Looks like Leyline of the Void is in hand. That doesn't really do us much good here. It's unfortunate.
I missed this. I missed this Narcomoeba trigger too. Sorry, my fault.
This is FNM, so we corrected the Narcomoeba situation.
Dredge 5 to win here?
3.
Well, it's not a joke. I think it's that. Dredge.
I'm actually not playing 4. Normally when people... No, it's definitely not. No, I agree with that. I actually don't think it's that.
Alright, showing all the relevant cards in the graveyard now. There's a Stinkweed Dip, Cabal Therapy, Satoru the Infiltrator, Bridge from Below, Poxwalker's in there.
I'm just gonna read right now. No, it was great that game. What is Explorer?
Now it looks like there's a Dread Return in the graveyard.
If it's a land, it goes in my hand. Otherwise, I surveil. And if it's not a land, it gets some
I get these videos in my feed sometimes, like just I guess because I watch TCG related content of like people at Pokemon card game conventions, just like buying the cards that like are their favorite Pokemon or whatever. And it's like such a different way to approach the hobby, I guess, than what I'm used to seeing Magic players do. They just go up to the vendor like, do you have any Blastoise? And they just buy whatever random, like, I don't know.
Yep. Like, because Stalker is so good. Ancient from Stalker, I think.
It's just a whole different world.
Yeah, all Cabal Therapy.
I'm not judging, by the way. It's just different. I actually find it really interesting. There's random people like, I collect foil Pikachus. That's it.
I don't play any using myself.
All right, here's a I was gonna say Pikachu. Pika Walker, and then a zombie comes in.
Gets a counter.
Everybody says that, but I can't figure it out.
4, you're at 14.
Alright, so if I name,
Put
I mean, that's what this is.
some counters here.
I run anyone's Delver.
Okay, naming Golgari Grave Troll on the Cabal Therapy, discarding multiple Golgari Grave Trolls. Satoru, the Infiltrator. Getting Dread returned into play here after sacking some stuff.
trigger, Dredge 6.
Yeah.
6.
And if you have threshold,
Trigger.
it's a 3 yeah.
Dredge 6.
And he only has protection when he's attacked.
Right. Protection from creatures.
6.
Okay, lots of dredging here. See some more Cabal Therapies in the yard. The deck is still plenty of cards in it. We're only going to build up this zombie army now.
Name Thassa's Oracle. This will come back. I will Dredge.
Thassa's Oracle headed to the graveyard now. It was in hand. Flashing back Cabal Therapy. That'll trigger Satoru the Infiltrator.
Trigger. I have 1 bridge. That triggers.
For this, right?
Yeah, so, yes. So this will come back and this will come back before this resolves. I will dredge 4.
And then you'll go to 14.
1, 2, 3,
14.
4. I think I have to take a draw. Oh, there's another bridge. Sorry.
Alright, there was another bridge from below in there, so we get another zombie. There's a brainstorm resolving here, and I think we're trying to figure out right now if we have to take a natural draw on the third card.
So I can only target myself. Alright, I'll untap. I'll go this.
And then the Cabal Therapy resolves. This is still in my hand, technically. Right? This is the second Cabal Therapy. So the first one targeted Golgari Grave Troll in my hand, and the second one Thassa's Oracle. What's that?
I think the first one target is right.
There's 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry, so now I'm
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And so now I can put these back, and I have a third therapy, then that should do that. Or wait. Yeah, so...
There is a Kozilek's command in David's hand.
With 13. Right, and this therapy is resolving. I'm going to name Golgari Grave Troll. And now, the fourth therapy, I will sacrifice this.
You name Golgari. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to sacrifice this. This will come back. We'll sacrifice it. I get 2 more triggers here. This will trigger. I'll dredge 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, another Narcomoeba gets hit. Cabal Therapy resolves. Naming Thassa's Oracle, discards it.
I will finally... Oh, and the Narcomoeba triggers, so I have... I'll just take a draw from that, unless... Yeah, the Dread Return and the Thassa's Oracle are both in the graveyard.
That one is in the graveyard.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, so I'm gonna stack it so this resolves before
triggers
this.
from that. Okay. And then return it. Sacrifice this so I make sure. Yeah.
All right, winning the game eventually with Thassa's Oracle, basically. Wow. Dredge, everybody. The mechanic, that should be a 10 out of 10 on the Storm scale, I think. GG's. Wow. That was really something. Yeah. Don't forget your ley lines. Yeah. That was amazing. Okay. Don't go anywhere. Stick around for a raid. That wraps it up for today. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And I'll see everybody soon. Peace out.